Carolina sent these videos over to me through email, and so the compression of those made the video lower quality, but I figure she's taken all the time to make them, and the actual message is more important to me than the quality of the video, so we're gonna go ahead and roll with it.
Hi guys, I'm back here after a while, right? James asked me to make this video saying, did your real life ruined our relationship? I was kind of hesitant in the beginning, you know, to make this video because I am more protective of our privacy. But I thought, why not? If our experience can help, right? I don't believe RV life in itself ruined our relationship. You know, like small spaces, cooking in a small area, or damping tanks, or using little water for everything, right? Work campings. Well, no, the maintenance, it's like a house, you know, it's always something to do. And bumping at each other inside a small space. Huh, James? That's not nice, right? We pay the price, right? We make concessions and we make it work with no much problem.
For the most part, what Carolina has said so far, I completely agree with. The RV life itself, I don't necessarily believe that it had this major impact in causing us problems in our relationship. She kind of underplays most everything. There is one spot that she didn't mention that's a really big deal to her, and that's because I don't really sleep a whole lot. And Carolina, she needs quite a bit of sleep. And so I think one spot where RV life does, I should say, make a pretty big impact on us and our relationship is such a small space with me still being awake and it always interrupting her. It doesn't seem like there's anything I can do to help prevent it. And you know, it seems like I end up keeping her up no matter how quiet I am, really, you know. So I think that definitely put a major strain on our relationship that she kind of forgot to mention.
You and me and you. I'm going to tell you a secret. I and James weren't at the same page since the beginning. He had on his mind to have a van, something pretty affordable, right? To travel non-stop. What I had on my mind was a comfortable house on the wheels and travel here in the United States that I feel like it's safe. That's the perfect word for me, right? Because I am from Brazil and I couldn't see us with this RV and parking on the streets, especially at night.
So Carolina made the point that we really weren't on the same page, and I couldn't agree with her more, but I'd say it's even a step further. We were so much not on the same page that some of the statement that she's making right now about her plan to stay in the States and feel more safe, doing a little bit of travel here, a little bit of travel there, but staying in the RV, is I would say a very large step away from what she was kind of saying way back in my green van days when she had come out to visit me when I was out on the road in the green van originally. And that's what this clip here shows. We're gonna find an RV so that you'll go with me, huh?
Right. And I'm looking forward.
So where are we gonna go on our trip?
Told me you wanna show me all the places you've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, first.
And then after we're on the road for a little while, what were we talking about trying to do?
We have plans to go to South America.
So we're gonna go to South America?
Yeah.
In the RV? Driving
Crazy,
the whole way?
Kind of dangerous, but I feel like doing it. I'm gonna get some experience here in the United States. And we are gonna be ready for these new adventures. To go to Brazil as well, to visit my family.
Are we going to see all the South American and Central American countries?
Right.
Awesome. That sounds like a cool trip, huh?
Yeah, cool and adventurous one. Well, let's not change the subject, right? Let's continue our story. Well, after traveling 2 years in a vintage, our finances were hurt. When my finances are in trouble, I'm not a happy camper. Ay, ay, ay.
Boy, is Carolina absolutely right. When finances got tough, she was definitely not a happy camper. And, you know, another thing about it, it was really difficult because I never really wanted to take advantage of our hardships like you probably see a lot of the time when you're watching other people's videos. They always seem to take advantage of their financial turmoil, turn it into kind of a windfall for them by reaching out to their audiences. I never wanted to accept charity unless I absolutely had to. And there was many spots where our finances were in a pretty bad spot, but we still didn't ask for help. And maybe I should have, or maybe I did it right. I can't tell one way or the other, but it definitely, being in some of the tight spots we were, it really put a strain on a relationship. And so I wouldn't grant that just to the RV life, right? I think that happens with all couples, no matter how you're living. And living the RV life isn't the only way that you could end up being in some kind of financial trouble.
At the time, James wanted to sell the RV and get a van and continues traveling, and it just didn't sound right to me. Sell the RV, the perfect RV, right? My home sweet motorhome.
Back just before we actually split up, I did happen to talk to Carolina a bit about maybe, maybe we should roll back, kind of reverse the wheels a little bit, build a stronger foundation on what we're trying to do by reducing our costs. I've kind of found that being out on the road in a van versus in an RV, it's almost 3 times the cost because everything's more expensive. I mean, making your repairs to your vehicle, the fuel, everything. And a lot of people probably wouldn't expect there to be as big of a difference as that multiple of 3, but I think it's pretty darn close. And in some cases, it may even be more, like when we were running around in a vintage RV. I love the GMC motorhomes, but the one that we had kind of been hustled into, it wasn't ready for us to be trying to gallivant across the United States in. And it ended up costing us about $1.18 a mile just maintaining it, just keeping it on the road. I really feel like Carolina thought I wanted to pressure us into going and doing the van thing when I was mentioning it at the time, but I wasn't trying to do that. I was making a suggestion of what we could do, and then we could build things up again to head back into an RV when it was more affordable for us.
And in a relationship, I believe the respect is a big word, right? Because sometimes we make the mistake thinking that the other person should think like we do. That's another big no, right? And lesson learned. Learned lesson, right?
I really think this point right here, about respect, and we oftentimes think that the other should think the same way we do. I think it was really big of Carolina to mention this because, you know, she was pretty adamant, and at times she has a hard time allowing me to have my point of view, especially when she feels real strongly about being right. And so for her to even mention that, I think that that was really big of her, and she was really, really extending herself outside of comfort. You know, she's much more of a private person than I am, and so she was really extending herself to you guys.
We decided to separate, right? James got a little van. I decided to stay in Phoenix to fix my finances. It was a hard time for me. I believe it was a hard time for James as well.
Carolina is absolutely right here. I mean, it was a real hard time for me, as you can see from this clip here, probably. This is a real tough video for me to make for a lot of different reasons, and the biggest one is just, it's hard to balance trying to, keep an ex-partner's, basically their privacy, at the same time with me getting to let you guys know somewhat of an idea of what's been really going on in my life. And so she's asked me to, after this video, basically not to talk about her again on the channel. And we've been having a hard time at it, guys. Recently, the last 3 months, like, it's been pretty bad. We've been having a hard time getting along. We just don't see eye to eye. And I just don't understand why we can't seem to get along. And kind of wild to me that originally when I was recording that video, I felt like I had myself really gathered, but watching the video later, I can tell that I wasn't together as much as I thought I was, and it was a pretty tough time for me. It was hard splitting up. I felt I had to leave, as the troubles that we were having, I was starting to slip into depression, actually. So, and I didn't see how we were going to be able to make it better with the way things were going for us.
But I listened to my heart, he listened to his heart. And I believe I needed this quiet time. I wanted to listen to my heart. I wanted to see if I was really doing what I really wanted. And, I believe this quiet time is really important. At the time, it didn't matter what other people were saying, or they were even against you. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are listening to yourself. You are making sure that what you're doing is the right thing for you. And then I listened to the green light. I even recommend to you, if you are, if you don't know what to do, and if you are if you doubt yourself, like, just get a quiet place and listen to the universe. It talks to you. And I listened to the green light. I was in the right path, and I am with you guys. Are you the trip now, huh? Carol the trip. And I have some plans for the future. I'm gonna be talking to you guys in the next few videos. After a while, we start talking again, and we were back together. Not right now, he's in Texas. I'm here just, you know, working a lot and making my citizenship papers. Wish me luck though. I'm looking forward to be together with James. I believe soon it's gonna happen.
Now, if you had been following all the videos, you already know that we got back together in January of this last year, 2018, and we've just been whittling away, just trying to work out all of our issues and everything. And that's part of the time that it's been so quiet, right? We've had a lot of stuff that had to be worked out between the two of us, and the plan is that Carolina will be coming out here to Texas to do the gate guarding with me once she actually has her citizenship stuff started and rolling. So we want her to basically get her biometrics done before she comes out here. And a large part of the reason why I came out so early was, you know, sometimes this job can be competitive. Oil was actually softening lately, as you saw with the gas prices coming down, and she already had a job there. I just felt like, you know, safety wise, it would be best for her to hang there, and she could submit her paperwork sooner by doing that. And I came out here so that I could have the time when they were in major need of somebody, that I could build a positive reputation for myself. So if oil kept falling, you know, maybe I could make sure that we were chosen to stay around if things got slow out here.
It doesn't matter how it started. What it matters is where we are going, right? And new adventures are coming, more wise now, right? I hope sharing our experience can help you with your future plans. I'm having a lot of faith and wish us luck. I'm gonna be rooting for you as well, guys. Make sure of what you really want, you know. Wait for the green light as well. And safe travels, and see you on the road.
Basically, I'm going to be back at it. We're going to start actually putting out a lot more content that we have been lately. And I want you all to get out there, connect with people, live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace, guys.